Hello guys, welcome to the YouTube channel Technology Era. Basically in this video we are going to discuss about few questions, those to be asked in the interview question of Uipath and RPA. We have already done with the video 1. It contains few questions, some basic questions about Uipath and RPA. Okay, so this is the second part, and in this video also we are going to discuss level 2 questions. Those are the basic questions, okay, and needs to be those to be asked in the interview of Uipath and RPA. So let's discuss question by question. Okay, let's move toward the first question: how to create an RPA bot. Okay, so basically we need to have some analysis on that before starting making a robot on any process. Okay, we should understand that process. We should standardize that process. If there is some irrelevant process, so we should make this process on sequence based, conditional based. Okay, and once the workflow is created, then after only we can start working on that. Okay, we can make the control file for some data to be configured for that particular robot. That's to be maintained in control file. Okay, data like email IDs, some paths for the input file, error file path and output file path. Okay, or some any credential manager related credential activity, though by using that credential will be get for that particular robot. So such kind of configurable data we can maintain in the control file. Okay, so once it is done, so we can record the task by using recording. We already have discussed different types of recording: web recording, syntax recording. Okay, depending on that we can by using that we can record task, perform the after that we can perform the bot implementation. We can test the bot and we can upload the bot on production after testing for the execution. Okay, let's move towards the next question. Okay, what are different factors that are encouraging the organization to proceed with the RPA according to you? Okay, why most of the organizations having their approach towards RPA? This is the important question that to be asked in the interview at basic level. Okay, there are more benefits of RPA, like its error free, it provides the more accuracy, it saves the time, saves the human power. Okay, it's a one-time investment basically for any organization and in the industry. If you purchase the Uipath licenses, if you purchase the orchestrator for one time, just you need to implement the robot and deploy it on production. Okay, by using this, what we can see, you can minimize your manual work, you can minimize your operational work in the industries. Okay, that's why the organizations won't require any special attention for the quality verification and testing. Okay, for the RPA it requires lesser human interaction, which ensures the no conflict and fast operations. Okay, this is the one of the benefit of RPA. Okay, let's move towards the next question. What are the characteristics of RPA? Okay, characteristics are like this is the user friendly. RPA softwares are usually very easy to use and understand. There are no need to have special and extra knowledge for users to use RPA. Okay, those are straightforward and simple, not that much complicated. Okay, and much more coding is not required for that. Okay, they only need to have knowledge around regarding the processes and to implement that process. Okay, more benefits results in the less time for the RPA. They never make mistakes like human. Once you provide them with the right data along the rules and regulations, they will execute same without any errors. easy to RPA is basically easy to use and easy to implement. The code required for the automating tasks is minimum and not required much complex coding in the development of RPA. So it can be done by simply dragging and dropping the activities in the workflows and sequences. So these are the basically important and beneficial characteristics of RPA. Let's move towards the next question. What is the difference between test automation and process automation? Basically, in test of automation, we automate the application and getting the result that how many test cases are pass and fail for that particular functionality for particular application. And the process automation is basically it's without human intervention. Okay, we automate any process after its standardization. So that's it about the test and process automation. Let's move towards the next question. What are the properties in UiPath? There are multiple activities that can be used in to automate the any process. It's on web or Windows app. Okay, activities that can be provided in activity panel, and there are multiple properties that for that activities like those properties. These properties are not for every activities, but by using those properties we allow robot to act as a human. Okay, continue on error, it will move his process even the error has occurred if there is no any dependency of that error on the existing functionality, the next forward functionality. Okay, if the continue on error field on the activity inside the try catch block, it sets the true and no error is caught when the project is executed. Okay, this is all about continue on error. Delay after delay before, by using this we allows a robot to wait or make the dynamic delay by providing the time in millisecond. Okay, by using retry block we can ask robot to hold wait for to appear that particular control. That but controller should be in the form of button, text box, checkbox, or whole web page until it gets loaded. Bot can wait using this dynamic delays. Okay, we can use particular activities for that find control or find element or element exists. Okay, this kind of activities using and using these properties we can give the dynamic delay. Okay, let's move towards the next question. What is Uipath Explorer? Uipath Explorer is an advanced tool that enables you to create custom selectors for a specific UI element. Okay, and to make this Uipath Explorer available in Uipath, you should have uipath.uiautomation.activities package to be installed on your machine. Okay, without this dependency you will not get Uipath Explorer. By using Uipath Explorer you can create dynamic selectors, and in dynamic selectors you can capture the existing static selectors, and by using star or question mark, by using these type of characters, I mean these are the wildcard characters, by using these characters we can create the dynamic selectors. Okay, so this is all about Uipath Explorer. What is debugging in Uipath? Basically, if you are that much brilliant in debugging the code, then your approach towards growing your programming skill is that much higher. Means there is a great opportunity to make your growth in your career skill with respect to programming. Okay, if you know very well debugging, then there is no any difficulty to grow your programming skill. So do your debugging better. Okay, as much as possible. Okay, debugging is the process of identifying and removing the errors from the given project. What are the projects you are working? If you are debugging and making programming very well, then you will find out the faults in code. It coupled with the logging, it becomes a powerful functionality that offers you information about your projects and step by step highlighting it in the output panel. Okay, you can sure that it is error free by using by doing debugging. Okay, uh, logging and the logging that particular errors, uh, you will get know what value what value hold by the which particular variables created in the project. This in turns make it easier for you to debug an automation. Breakpoints enables you to pause the execution and you allows to watch the what are the values are holded by the particular variables. Okay, so this is all about debugging. Make better your debugging, you will grow in your programming skill. Okay, let's move towards the next question. What is the difference between for each row and parallel for each? These are the type of loops. Okay, for each basically it allows you to iterate on collections. Okay, different types of items of collections. Okay, it can be array, it can be list, it can be data table, or it can be uh, enum is one of the collection of set of constants. Dynamically we can create that. Anyway, uh, what is the for each? For each basically used for the data table only. Okay, we iterate the for each row loop on the data table by taking the row as collection. Okay, uh, when when we are using for each row, you need to specify the data type of that items. Okay, and this is always data row. Okay, parallel for each is basically asynchronously it get executes. Okay, it's a series of activities that is on UI elements. Okay, and we iterate these loops on selectors, we can say. Okay, this is all about the this type of three loops: for each row and parallel for each. Let's move towards the next question. Parallel activity, it is the important questions that to be asked in the interview. Okay, by interviewer, at which scenario we can use parallel activity. So this can be used in the scenario like where the simultaneously activities are happening. Okay, if you are invoking any application, okay, by using any activity in Uipath. Okay, and simultaneously suppose there is one pop-up is occurring if you at the time of invoking of application. So in same level we can handle that pop-up as well as invoking of that application. So for that purpose we can use parallel activity. Okay, let's move towards the next question. What is the difference between throw, rethrow, terminate workflow? Basically, throw we know at which case we are using this in the from the sequence. If there is an error occurred from that particular step, we want to come out and stop the execution for that particular sequence, we can come out by using throw activity in catch block. Okay, and a rethrow basically it's used if you want to uh, come out before the error execution. In that case we can use rethrow. Okay, it's throwing again and again basically. For that purpose we can use rethrow. Terminal workflow is basically to use terminate the workflow in which we are executing the projects when they encounter when we encounter the error. From that scenario we can use terminal work. The next question is what is difference between data scraping and string scraping? This is the important question. This gets very frequently asked in the interviews of Uipath. Data scraping enables you to extract the structured data from your browser application or document or the database like .csv file or even Excel file. Data scraping can be done when the data is in structured format. In that scenario, we can use data scraping. Screen scraping methods, basically it refers those activities that enables you to extract the data from specified UI element or document such as PDF. So if on the PDF data is in structured format, non-structured format like text or images, are suppose there are irrelevant images, not specific structure is not there, in that case we can use screen scraping. We can read the data using screen scraping. Let's move towards the next question. Types of data table activities you have used. What type of data activities? Like build data table, output data table, merge data table. Okay, so these are the basic activities. There are different activities like we can add rows, we can remove rows, we can find out the row, like remove the row from remove at activity, or we can add the columns, we can remove the columns. Okay, let's move towards the next question. This is all about the some activities of data table. You can walk through from the activity panel of Uipath. Email automation, basically email automation where we can automate all email sending activities or email receiving activities, downloading attachment, sending attachment. Okay, so these are all activity can be done by using email automation. Okay, there are different protocols, and depending on those protocols there are some activities like send email, send Outlook email, get Outlook email, protocols like IMAP, SMTP, get Outlook, send Outlook, POP3. So these are the all types of protocols can be used in email sending activities. Okay, SMTP stand for basically simple mail transfer protocol for sending dynamic mails. So it's basically depends on that particular protocol. Let's move towards the next question. How to automate text and image PDF. Okay, for PDF automation you have to install PDF from manage package. The package name is uipath.pdf. Without that package you can't able to automate any PDF related activity. Okay, so there are activities like read PDF. Okay, so by using that read text you can read the data from PDF, and by the another method is by using OCR. Okay, if the PDF contains image, in that case you can use Google OCR, Microsoft OCR, Adobe OCR. Okay, so we are going to have differentiation on this OCR, optical character recognition, in this video. In that video we will walk through in detail for that particular OCRs, Google, Microsoft and Adobe. Let's move towards the next question. Difference between process, job, scheduler, asset and queue. This is with respect to orchestrator. Okay, robot, where we can name the robot machines with respect to their environment in the robot section in orchestrator. Machines are basically we can configure those machines by providing the user IDs and passwords for particular users. With the particular users in the machine section we configure our staging environment, production environment, development environment, non-production environment in the machine. Okay, we specify attended or non-attended, this type of category in machine section. Processes are basically what are the processes we deployed on different environments, those will be appear in the process section. And job, basically we schedule the jobs in scheduler. In job we need to select that particular process and just need to click on that play button. It will get started on particular server at particular environment. And scheduler, basically we schedule that particular machine with as per our time, day and dates. Okay, So assets usually represent the shared variables or credentials that can be used in different automation projects. So they give you they give you an opportunity to store specific information so that the robot can easily have access to it. Assets like in the form of integer, credential, boolean, text. Okay. So wherever it requires in orchestrator some values, we can hold in the integer, credential and boolean format or string format. Okay. Queue is basically, it's a collection. Queue is containing that enable queue is a container that enables you to hold an unlimited number of items. Queue items can store multiple types of data such as invoice information or customer details. This information can be processed in other systems like SAP, Salesforce or any other instance. For that purpose basically queue can be used. Let's move towards next question. What is RE framework? It's nothing but robot enterprise framework. Okay, and this is an important question to be asked in the interviews of Uipath and robotics. Okay, RE framework basically it's totally depend on state machine. It is included in state machine. Entire flow is state machines. Okay, and there are 3 states and 1 final states. There are substates processes, submodules processes, mini processes. Okay, so you can split your projects in smaller projects. It gets starts from starts and init where the configuration related data has been stored, and in transmission data all the data related business related data operations can be implemented, and different get transformation data set transformation data workflows are invoked in that particular section. Let's move towards the diagram of general business process. Okay, so you can see these blocks in init where basically you can read the data and initiate the application from the config file, and if it is succeed it will move towards the get transaction data, get next transaction input data. All the data related operations we perform in this block. We invoke the some other sub workflows. Okay, if it get succeed and it will move towards the process transaction. All the business related rule and regulation we set over here. If the error occurs it will log the error and it will move to back that particular block get transaction data. It will perform the record by record, and once it is done it will come to the end process and email will get triggered with the processing log, and within that end process we kill the processes. We invoke the kill processes activities. Basically at the time of initiating this robot we can invoke the kill processes activity in that as well, because the existing running activities we should click those to be getting invoked in the current robot, because previously used processes should be killed, because if we don't do this then the other session will get start for that particular applications. Okay, so this is an important about importance of RE framework. Okay, RE framework can be used in the complex business scenarios with respect to automation. Let's move towards the next question. Types of assets in orchestrator. This is already we have discussed integer, boolean, string and credentials. Let's move towards the next question. Can we run 2 bots on single server at a time? The answer is yes. We can run 2 bots in single server. In old version of Uipath we were not able to run 2 bots at a time in single machine, on single server. Now we can run by using high density feature. Okay, and if we have configured 2 users on same server, by using different users we can run the 2 bots on single server at a time. let's move towards the next question. What is computer vision and their benefits? Computer vision is a feature that allows our robots to see the screen and visually identify all the elements rather than relying on selectors or images. It is an algorithm that enables human-like recognition of user interface using a mix of artificial intelligence, OCR, text fuzzy, matching an anchoring system to tie it all together. Okay, artificial intelligence packages nowadays we can see in the higher version of Uipath. So earlier it was not there, but for computer vision and their for computer vision for interface of like human being, we can have artificial intelligence packages in the Uipath. How to distribute load between two bots? If you are working with the RPA Framework cube functionality, and if you want to distribute the load between the workflow, then you can create two frameworks. One is dispatcher and another is performance. Dispatcher provides the data, okay, to other bot, and from other bot, performer can receive the data, and load performance can be done. We can minimize the load from load for that particular one bot. It can be segregate on different two bots. Okay, let's move towards the next question. What is the difference between mainframe application and non-frame application? Mainframe application basically that is developed in mainframe, and most of the insurance company and banking sector use the mainframe application for the data entry, for the data manipulation. It's a basically single screen and keyboard based application. There are separate set of inbuilt commands supported by Blue Prism and especially for mainframe applications. Okay, so mainframe applications like IBM personal communication, ELAPI, some emulators, or like Uipath's internal emulator. So there is one activity named as a terminal session. By using that activity, we can invoke the mainframe applications, and there are some activity in the mainframe for the mainframe application like set the data, get the data, set text at that particular position, where we can give the coordinates. We can work with the coordinates basically on the mainframe application. This is the important point about the mainframe application. And move cursor, one of the activity can be used. We can provide the coordinates of that mainframe application screen. Okay, we have done one video for the invoking IBM personal communication. You can go through that. Okay, so non-frame application are nothing but normal Windows applications. Okay, let's move towards the next question. So next question we will see in the third part 3, and part 3 will be posted soon. This is part 2. These are the basic questions. Please subscribe our channel for more videos. Part 3 will contain some miscellaneous and difficulty level questions, and we are providing the links once it is done in the description box of this part 2. So stay tuned with us, keep watching our videos, grow your robotics knowledge. We provide knowledge about robotics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data, data science, cybersecurity. Technology era is nothing but all about technology. So stay tuned with us, stay connected with us, and grow your knowledge, technology related knowledge. Please subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching video. Thank you.